the future of minimalist luxury homes, a harmony of glass, stone, and light. In an era where architecture carries more than structure, where it embodies philosophy and a way of life, a new vision of the home is emerging. This vision moves away from size and ornamentation and turns instead toward purity, elegance, and a connection to nature. It is a vision that speaks through glass, stone, and light, elements that together tell a story of living spaces that breathe, walls that seem to whisper, and interiors designed to awaken the senses. Luxury today is no longer measured by excess or accumulation. Instead, it is defined by presence, by intentional simplicity, and by a deeper relationship with the environment. A minimalist luxury home is not created by adding more, but by subtracting what is unnecessary. The power lies in restraint, in choosing each line, each material, each detail with deliberate care. This is a form of luxury that feels natural, timeless, and quietly extraordinary. Glass plays a central role in this experience. It is more than a transparent surface, it becomes the frame through which life itself is seen. With glass walls and wide panels, the boundary between inside and outside dissolves. Forests, oceans, mountains, or even cityscapes pour into the home, making every day a living painting crafted by nature. As the hours pass, light moves across polished floors, creating an ever-changing atmosphere. Glass transforms a home into a living canvas, where morning sunlight and evening sunsets become daily rituals of beauty. Stone offers the grounding balance to this openness. Ancient and enduring, it carries the weight of the earth within its texture. Marble, granite, limestone, or slate, each surface tells a story millions of years old. In minimalist luxury homes, stone is left raw, its patterns and colors unembellished. This simplicity reveals its natural character, reminding us of mountains, rivers, and the permanence of time itself. The presence of stone in a home is both calming and reassuring, a tactile link between human design and the earth's memory. And then there is light, the invisible architect, the element that cannot be touched but that shapes everything. Light here is not just illumination, it is design. It flows across open spaces, guiding the eye, defining mood, and sculpting atmosphere. Skylights capture the sun, transforming passing clouds into moving works of art. As day turns into evening, carefully chosen lighting warms the rooms, creating sanctuaries of calm and intimacy. Light connects morning energy with evening stillness, reminding us of the rhythm of life itself. When these three elements, glass, stone, and light, come together, they create spaces defined not by quantity, but by quality. Minimalist luxury homes are not about how much space you have, but how that space feels. Open floor plans allow air to move freely, letting the home breathe. Absence of clutter frees the mind, creating calm and focus. One room flows into another without interruption, turning the home into a continuous experience rather than a collection of separate compartments. Furniture in these spaces is chosen with restraint. There are fewer pieces, but each one speaks with strength. Each one represents craftsmanship and comfort. Neutral tones dominate, allowing natural materials and daylight to be the stars. The result is a home that feels calming yet energizing, a place where creativity has room to grow and the spirit has room to rest. But this vision of luxury is not limited to beauty and comfort. It also embraces responsibility. True luxury now means sustainability. The homes of tomorrow are designed to work with nature, not against it. Eco-conscious materials, energy-efficient systems, and innovative design create a lifestyle that is as sustainable as it is elegant. Imagine solar panels seamlessly integrated into glass roofs, rainwater harvesting hidden within stone gardens, or natural airflow reducing the need for artificial cooling. Stone is sourced responsibly, glass is engineered for insulation, and lighting systems balance efficiency with ambience. This is a vision of luxury that not only serves the present moment, but also protects the future. In these homes, nature is not just a backdrop, it is a constant companion. Gardens flow inward, connecting outdoor and indoor spaces without boundaries. Reflecting pools capture light and sky. Courtyards allow fresh air to enter at the heart of the home. Even within walls, nature is never far. Stone recalls mountains, glass recalls water, and light recalls the warmth of the sun. Living in such a space means being reminded every day of the cycles of seasons and the rhythm of the natural world. Technology also finds its place here, but discreetly. Minimalist luxury does not reject modern innovation. It hides it within the design. Smart systems manage climate, lighting, and security quietly without disturbing the purity of space. Speakers vanish into walls, projectors hide in ceilings, and touch panels blend into stone countertops. Technology here is not for show. It is for seamless comfort, for efficiency, and for creating a home that responds intuitively to its residents. Most importantly, these homes are not only about aesthetics or convenience, they are about the human experience. They are sanctuaries that nurture both solitude and connection. Meditation rooms open to morning light. Libraries carved in stone invite reflection. Outdoor lounges welcome conversation under starlit skies. Every corner encourages slowing down, being present, and savoring life. In such spaces, distractions fade and what matters comes into focus: connection, reflection, and peace. This is the timeless power of minimalist luxury. By combining glass, stone, and light, we are not just building houses. We are creating sanctuaries. Homes that are as eternal as the elements themselves. Homes that remain beautiful 50 years from now as they are today. The vision is not about wealth on display, but about harmony, belonging, and beauty that endures. This is where the future of architecture leads us. Into spaces where every sunrise feels like a masterpiece, where every evening bathes us in golden light, and where every moment is framed by elegance and calm. This is the promise of minimalist luxury. This is the promise of glass, stone, and light. If we move deeper into the philosophy of minimalist luxury homes, we find that space itself becomes more than an arrangement of walls and rooms. Space turns into an experience. The way we move through a home, the way light guides our steps, and the way openness invites us to breathe. These are the silent luxuries that define the next era of architecture. It is no longer about how much square footage you own. It is about how that square footage shapes your emotions, your thoughts, and your daily life. When we look at flow, it is clear that minimalist luxury is built upon intention. Every hallway, every transition, every opening serves a purpose. The kitchen does not simply exist as a place to cook. It becomes an extension of the dining room, which in turn flows into the living room, which then expands outward to a terrace or garden. Instead of isolated boxes, the home is envisioned as a continuous journey. Walking through such a home feels like moving through one unbroken narrative, where each space prepares you for the next. The absence of clutter reinforces this sense of continuity. When unnecessary items are removed, the mind feels clearer, more focused. This is why minimalist interiors do not feel empty, but rather expansive. They give us room to think, to breathe, to slow down. A well-placed chair by a window becomes an invitation to pause. A long wooden dining table becomes not just furniture, but a gathering place for memory and connection. Furniture plays a vital role in shaping this atmosphere. Minimalist luxury does not mean the absence of comfort. It means selecting comfort with care. Each piece is chosen not just for its utility, but for its craftsmanship and design integrity. A sofa may appear simple, but its materials, proportions, and textures elevated into art. Chairs are not scattered everywhere. Instead, they are positioned with precision, each one creating a dialogue with its surroundings. The result is a living space where every object feels necessary, purposeful, and beautiful. Color palettes in these homes further highlight the philosophy of restraint. Neutral tones dominate: whites, grays, soft beiges, muted browns. These are not dull choices, but calming ones. They allow natural materials such as wood, stone, and glass to shine. They let the light itself become color, shifting with the hour. Imagine a room where the walls remain soft and pale, but in the morning it glows golden, in the afternoon it brightens with crisp clarity, and at dusk it softens into a gentle gray. The colors of the day become part of the design. In the same way, textures matter. Smooth marble, coarse granite, finely woven fabric, and hand-finished wood add subtle richness to the minimalist canvas. A home that may seem simple at first glance reveals layers of complexity through touch and light. This is what creates warmth, not decoration for its own sake, but authenticity in material. Now, let us talk about sustainability, because the new definition of luxury cannot exist without responsibility. A home is not truly luxurious if it damages the very world it seeks to harmonize with. Minimalist luxury homes embrace eco-consciousness as a foundation. Solar energy is not an afterthought, but part of the design itself. Panels blend seamlessly into rooftops or glass structures, turning sunlight into energy while maintaining aesthetic purity. Rainwater is collected and reused, hidden within elegant stone gardens. Airflow is engineered so that natural breezes reduce reliance on machines. The home breathes in tune with its environment. Even materials are chosen with care. Stone is locally and responsibly sourced, glass is treated to optimize insulation, and woods are harvested with sustainable practices. Lighting systems use advanced technologies to minimize consumption, ensuring that beauty does not come at the expense of the planet. This combination of elegance and sustainability redefines what it means to live well. It is not indulgence at the expense of tomorrow, but indulgence that safeguards tomorrow. Perhaps the most striking feature of these homes is the way they bring nature to the center of daily living. Gardens are not kept outside as a separate domain. They merge into courtyards, into terraces, into living rooms themselves. A wall of glass might open completely, transforming an indoor lounge into an outdoor pavilion in moments. Reflecting pools mirror the sky, while small streams or fountains introduce the sound of water into the home's rhythm. The seasons become part of the interior landscape. Leaves turning amber in autumn, blossoms emerging in spring, or raindrops sliding down glass in winter, all become living artwork. This constant presence of nature has a psychological impact. It softens stress, it enhances awareness, it nurtures peace. When you sit in such a home, you are not cut off from the world outside. You are held within it. The stone reminds you of mountains, the glass reminds you of lakes, and the play of light reminds you of the sun and stars. Even when indoors, you feel connected. That is the true luxury, not retreating from the world, but living in harmony with it. Technology plays a role here, but with subtlety. It is integrated so smoothly that it disappears from sight. Climate adjusts automatically based on your habits, lighting changes with the sun, and security systems operate silently in the background. You do not see bulky machines or intrusive screens, you simply feel the comfort. A tap on a discrete panel might dim the lights, while speakers built invisibly into walls fill the space with music. Even a living room wall can transform into a private cinema with hidden projectors, yet when turned off, it returns to quiet simplicity. This is technology serving design, not dominating it. It is a supporting actor, never the main character. It adapts to the human rhythm rather than forcing humans to adapt to it. In this way, the minimalist luxury home preserves its purity while offering the very best of modern living. And finally, we must understand that these spaces are not only for living, they are for growing. They are designed to nurture reflection, connection, and even spirituality. Imagine a meditation room flooded with soft morning light, where silence becomes its own form of wealth. Or a library, its shelves sculpted from warm stone, where every book feels like part of the architecture. Outdoor lounges invite friends to gather, to share conversations under the stars. In each space, distractions fall away and presence deepens. This is the power of minimalist luxury. It does not overwhelm the senses, it sharpens them. It does not demand attention, it invites awareness. In its quiet elegance, it reminds us of what truly matters: peace, connection, and the ability to live fully in every moment. When we think about the timelessness of minimalist luxury homes, what stands out most is their ability to transcend trends. Unlike styles that shift with seasons or fashions that fade with time, these homes remain beautiful because they are rooted in fundamentals. Glass, stone, and light are not passing ideas. They are eternal. Glass will always invite openness, stone will always represent permanence, and light will always shape our perception of space. Together, they create a foundation of design that feels just as relevant 50 years into the future as it does today. This longevity is part of what makes minimalist luxury so powerful. You are not investing in a style that will age or feel outdated. You are living within principles that are human, natural, and universal. Think of it this way. A large ornate chandelier may capture attention in its moment, but eventually it may look dated. Meanwhile, a carefully framed view through glass of a sunrise, accompanied by the quiet grounding presence of stone, will never lose its appeal. It is ageless beauty, woven into the daily fabric of life. But timelessness does not mean static. One of the remarkable qualities of these homes is their ability to change while remaining the same. A wall of glass never loses its elegance, yet it transforms constantly as the seasons shift. In winter, it glows with the low sun. In spring, it frames blossoms in new green. In summer, it opens to breezes and long days. In autumn, it captures golden leaves falling like slow rain. The home becomes a living partner in your life, changing subtly alongside the natural rhythms of the world. Stone, too, grows richer with time. A marble floor might acquire a patina. A granite wall may weather softly at its edges. Far from being flaws, these changes add character. They remind us that perfection does not mean unchanging, but enduring gracefully. In this way, the materials echo the human journey. We too age, we too gather experiences, and yet we can remain beautiful. Light, of course, is the most dynamic element of all. It is never still. It pours into the home differently every day. At dawn, it brings a sense of renewal. At noon, it sharpens focus and clarity. At dusk, it warms and soothes. At night, artificial lighting designed with care recreates intimacy, comfort, and calm. The choreography of light ensures that the home is alive, never static, always participating in the rhythm of living. Beyond aesthetics, minimalist luxury also speaks to the emotional life of its residents. When clutter is removed, when simplicity becomes the canvas, the mind has more space to breathe. These homes reduce noise, not just physical noise, but visual and psychological noise. In a world that is constantly busy, constantly demanding attention, stepping into a space that offers silence and presence feels like entering a sanctuary. This is why so many describe these homes as meditative, calming, or even spiritual. This is also why they encourage deeper connections. In a home free from distraction, conversations linger longer. Meals at a simple yet beautifully crafted dining table are savored more slowly. A lounge with unobstructed views of the outdoors becomes a natural place to gather with friends, laughter flowing easily under the setting sun. Luxury here is not about how many things surround you, but about how deeply you experience the things that matter most: relationships, reflection, and rest. Another dimension of timelessness lies in adaptability. These homes are designed with openness, which allows them to evolve as life changes. A minimalist room can be a yoga space today, a studio tomorrow, or a nursery years later. Because the design is uncluttered and intentional, it adapts without resistance. This is not a home that locks you into one way of living. It is a home that supports the different chapters of your life. We also need to consider how discreetly integrated technology supports this longevity. Unlike devices or gadgets that become outdated within a few years, smart systems in these homes are designed to be invisible and upgradable. Lighting systems, energy management, security all operate quietly in the background. They evolve as technology evolves, but the essence of the home remains pure. You are not living inside a machine. You are living inside a sanctuary enhanced by technology. Now let us return to the role of nature in this vision, because it is inseparable from the idea of timelessness. Nature itself is eternal, and by embedding it into the home, architects create an experience that will always resonate. A garden will never lose its charm. The sight of rain falling on glass will never lose its poetry. The scent of fresh air moving through open spaces will never lose its vitality. By making nature a constant presence, these homes ensure that their beauty remains universal and enduring. This is why minimalist luxury homes are more than architecture. They are philosophies of living. They invite us to slow down, to notice, to appreciate. They remind us that wealth does not have to be loud, that beauty does not need excess, that comfort does not require complication. The most meaningful luxuries are often the quietest: light streaming in through glass at dawn, the cool touch of stone under your feet, the silence of an uncluttered room. The timeless appeal also has a cultural significance. Around the world, across different societies, people recognize the universal language of simplicity in nature. A minimalist luxury home in Europe, Asia, or the Americas may differ in details, but the essence remains the same: openness, grounding, illumination, and balance. This universality ensures that the design does not belong to one trend or one era. It belongs to the human spirit itself. In many ways, minimalist luxury homes symbolize a return to essence. They peel away what is unnecessary to reveal what is eternal. They honor the elements that have always been part of life: sunlight, stone, open air, and weave them into spaces that support both modern living and timeless belonging. When you live in such a home, you are not just living in a place, you are living in a philosophy. A philosophy that teaches us that less can indeed be more, that simplicity can be profound, and that true luxury lies not in abundance, but in clarity. This is why, as we look toward the future, minimalist luxury homes stand as more than a design trend. They are a vision realized, a reminder that when architecture is built upon eternal elements, it becomes timeless. Not only in how it looks, but in how it feels, how it shapes life, and how it connects us to the world around us.